Last week I said I would answer all your questions that you leave in the comments, and there was a lot of them.
I'm gonna take you on a ride.
Welcome to the pole vault vlog. My name is Shawn Francis, and we answer everything pole vault today, and whatever other weird questions you guys decide to ask me in the comments. And now for the shortest commercials of all time. Sign up for Patreon. Sign up for Team Hoot. But in all seriousness, Patreon keeps these things going, and they're the only thing keeping this thing going right now. Thank you, Patreon members. I'm plotting ways to do more for you. I just haven't figured it out yet. All right, before we get into the questions, last week I said I would be coming out of retirement with you, but only if I sell 20 training programs. We have 1 week and 1 day to go. We're roughly halfway there in time and in training programs sold. So if you want a training program that's gonna make you run super fast and jump super high, this is a training program for you. So if you would like me to come out of retirement and you would like this badass training program, go to team-hoot.com/polevault-store, PV store. Don't type in pole vault, you will go to the wrong place. Okay, let's do some questions. Look them out on my phone so I don't have to remember all of them. I'm not gonna be able to read anybody's name this entire day. Zacarias. Okay, I am just a meet this Friday and then next week Tuesday, and we don't have an indoor pig. So I haven't had any pit time. So should I start with 6 lefts or just go right up to 8 like I did at the end of the last season? The best way I can say this is slow progressions are the best progressions. Do not do what you did last year because you are a completely different animal than you are this year. So if you grab last year's settings with this year, either one, you're gonna be way better this year and those poles are gonna be small and things will break and bad things can happen, or you're not at the level you were at last year and poles will be too big and you could fall. So start with a short approach, short grip, small pole, and work your way back and good things will happen. Slow progressions are the best progressions. All right, Landon Simms asks, how do I work on controlling the pole? Oh man, it's a tough question. So if you have your settings right, the right run, the right pull, the right grip, the pole will pretty much be controlled. And then you just have to control what direction your body is going. If you're doing that and your direction is good with those 3 settings, good things will happen. Once you're in the air, there's a bunch of ways to move and control the pole a little bit, but if those things are right, the pole will pretty much do what it's supposed to do. Tomas Durazo asks, wait, so urban pole vaulting is just doing bukas in random places? Yes, it is. Tommy, I know this isn't your last name, but I'm gonna call you Tommy Croissant. Tommy Croissant, my question, though, in our indoor facility, the track surface is this weird plastic. How can I mentally overcome distractions and things on my mind like that? Mental blocks. Nik Caldwell asks, will I be doing camps? I think so. I think so. Tommy Baines asks, when's the flex number video coming? I was supposed to film it down at Daniel Ryland's, and so you're gonna have to ask him. RylandPolevault.com. Go ask Ryland why the flex video is not out yet. Molly B asks, how do you know where to put your standards during a meet? Mine always seem to fluctuate between measurements. Okay, so this is just my personal philosophy, but if somebody's jumping over a bar, you want to see where their hips are peaking. If they're peaking here, you have the standards a little closer. If they're peaking behind the bar, then you want to move the bar back. That's the easiest way to move standards. Me personally, I keep them as deep as I can all the time, and I try and adjust my jump around the bar, and my athletes jump around the bar. I don't want to have an ugly jump and move my standards around that. I would rather fix my ugly jump and move it around the standards. Steven Olson, when you plant the pole over your head, is your top elbow facing forward or slightly out to the side? I dislocated my shoulder because my elbow is pointing out to the side. I've never heard that before. I don't know if... That's a good question. You got me stumped on that one. I don't know why your shoulder got dislocated. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I wish I knew. I don't even know how to figure that out unless I investigate your shoulder. Steven Fudkas, how was that Mondo's PR? He jumped 605 over the summer. There are indoor PRs and there are outdoor PRs. 605 is Mondo's outdoor PR. His indoor PR, 592. You know what? Caroline Wright, my coach, used to say she had PRs for everything because it's way more fun to have PRs than just jump stuff. So she had a post-baby PR and a different color hair PR, a nose ring PR, probably like a Halloween dressed like Tony Danza PR. You know, you just collect PRs, guys. Notic T, can you give me several examples of dropping your shoulders? So far, no answer has gotten me to understand. I'll put a video right here, or maybe right here. one of these sides, whatever it pops up, watch that. That'll show you what it means to drop your shoulders. All you're really trying to do is you're trying to get your hips above your shoulders. These are my shoulders, these are my hips, shoulders, hips. When the pole unbends, you will shoot out. If you have your hips above your shoulders, when the pole unbends, you will shoot up. It doesn't matter how you say it, you can either drop your shoulders or raise your hips. They both do the same thing. You just want to be upside down while the pole's bent. Boom. The Slit Ninja asked me, what's my social security number? Hunter Hewer asks me, is Team Hoot going to Ryland? Possibly. What can I do to help me get more inverted by music making? There is a coach's playlist I will put here or here. There are so many videos on there on how to invert. That'll help you. Maniac Lee, how does the degree you have in college make you coach / understand the pole vault better? Is it something that would be beneficial for all athletes and coaches in order to grow in the sport? Yes and no. I don't think you need to get a master's degree to be able to understand the pole vault. Does it help? Yes. My master's degree encompasses exercise physiology, biomechanics, sports psychology, and nutrition. So they called it HNES. It was like a combination of all of those things. And then I did my thesis on the biomechanics of the pole vault takeoff. It's made me understand the pole vault better because I get to know at the littlest part why it all works. Not just this guy did it and it works, and this girl did it and it works, and this coach said this, and this coach did this. I can go, but why did it work that way? And that's what my degree has helped me with. Is it beneficial? Yes, but just read a book. It'll save you time and money. Colin Robertson, do you ever plan on doing coaching sessions in Europe and the UK specific? I would love to. How do I keep myself from bailing when I'm going for a big height or a PR? That's another mental thing. So you gotta ask yourself what's going on through your head when that big PR comes up. For a lot of people, they go, oh my God, if I don't make this bar, it's a new PR, instead of just looking at it like it's just another bar. No reason to freak out, baby birds. Katie Klippinger, how do I train to have a really smooth and not jerky vault? Just keep practicing. My vault used to look super jerky too, and it probably still does. Reps help the medicine go down. I should have just watched Mary Poppins. Oakley Keeney's, please come out of retirement. Trying, dude. Ooh, Terry O'Connor. That's a cool name. Hey, Shawn, I need to get better on my end vault, specifically getting straight off the top of the pole and not flagging out over the bar. Do you have any suggestions? Yes, do not focus on the end of your vault. If you do things right at the beginning, the end will take care of itself. Right now, think about, you're seeing the pike being a little wonked out and weird, or coming off the pole being a little wonked out and weird. So you gotta figure out what's causing that. And most of the time, watch your arms during the invert. Luis Martinez asks, is cereal a soup? Only if you put it in the microwave. Ugh. Sir Evan Schmidt asks, how to do-it-yourself high bar. Go to the park. There's a lot of monkey bars there, and you don't have to build Ian Bushi. Just got my sister and her friends to start. It's not a question, but good job, man. McChicken buckets? As a high school vaulter who can't train in the pole vault at the school, what is the best way to find somewhere I can get some practice in the off season? Yeah, so that's why these training programs, that's why I made them, because people were sending me questions like this all the time. And in the training programs that I've made, you only vault once a week, maybe twice if you want. And the other day is just training. All you need is a straightaway. It could be grass, it could be your street, it could be a sidewalk, it could be a track, it could be in your school, it could be anywhere. And so that is one way to train for the pole vault when you're not there, because speed is the most important part of the pole vault. So as long as you're getting faster, you're gonna be a better pole vaulter. Nathan Prophet, how do I not stride out at the end of my approach? Good question, man. I get this one a lot. A few things to think about. Maybe you're just too far away. Like a lot of people, when they're too far away, they feel like they need to get there, so they start striding out. The other thing I found is if your arm goes up, your foot will go down. So if you put your arm up early enough, your foot will go down where it needs to be. Another thing to try is just think about jumping off the ground. It's hard to jump when your strides are long, so if you think, I'm gonna jump into the air, your foot will come closer, and then you'll jump off the ground. But try them in that order. Because if you decide, I'm gonna jump, but then you're really far away, danger. Brendan Safely, what is the worst injury you have received while pole vaulting? I know it's random, but it's a question. No hiding is the worst injury I have ever received. I took off a little late in under one time. My shoulder wonked back, and then I had to have shoulder surgery about 2 years later. But definitely no hiding. All-time favorite pole vault meet you have jumped in / attended. My absolute favorite meet I have ever jumped in was at the Drake Relays. in the mall vault because it's the only place I have ever ran down the runway, pole vaulted up in the air, did a pike, looked... Wait, I was vaulting this way. I looked to my right, and since we were in a mall, on the second story, I saw an old lady make eye contact with me while I was going over the crossbar, and she was going like this. And as I fell down, she was getting smaller and smaller, and that was pretty cool. Also, they blasted cool music, and I got to pick my theme song I got to run down the runway from. Huge thank you to all the Patreon members. You guys, I love you. And you're keeping these things going. There will be a huge update coming up soon. I've been working on my website all week, so everyone who's been trying to access it and it hasn't been working, I'm sorry. So yeah, I don't know if I'll be coming out of retirement. I'll know by maybe next week. If you are a Patreon member and you got the 4-meter plan, your name should be listed right here. Thank you guys. I love you guys. With that said, there are more than one ways to pole vault. Try what works best for you. If you guys have any more questions, I will answer them via my fingertips. I hope this was helpful. Remember, there are more than one ways to pole vault. Try what works best for you, and then do a lot of that because it works the best for you. Life is meant to be experienced, and curiosity will get you there. I will see you later.